So a lot of people have been wanting me to do this video right here, speaking on 1090 Jake and his grievance that he wrote inside of prison. So, you know what? We're going to jump right into this one, and I'm going to let y'all know if we respect that shit or if we got to check that shit. So let's do it. Dom the best, finna be this way till I EOS. Take it how you want, nigga, yeah, I'm a pro. Fuck around and bust your lot while you're at Vizzo. I hate to be this way, but I live for the moment. Waking up every day, show me an opponent. Shanks on deck, hitting bitch with locks. So much pool, I can even start you from the box. You don't wanna pay rent, got me bent. Got lax on deck, your money was well spent. Vultures on the prowl, so don't try testing. Step 2, cause violent first steps finessing. You a hold down man, suitcase this. My cell phone and my charger don't walk with a limp. Get it knocked off or missing, you gon' get it. Next time I see you ass, you gon' leave airlifted. What's up, y'all? You already know, man. Kfrog TV back in the building. Y'all go ahead and do me that solid favor, man. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And also make sure you hit the notification bell so you can see it first. Welcome back to the channel, y'all. I want to tell everybody welcome back to another episode of Respect It or Check It. If this is your first time tuning in, this is where we let y'all know things that people do, if we respect it or if we check it. Obviously, respecting it is a good thing and checking it is a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? And for this one here, we're going to be talking about 1090 Jake and how it came about him writing a grievance while inside of prison. Okay? But first thing that I want to let y'all know before this does start is I'm going to be speaking more on the fact of writing a grievance inside of prison, because I've been seeing a lot of people talking about it's snitching when you write a grievance inside of prison. Writing a grievance is writing a statement, you know. And coming from somebody that's been in prison, did time behind them walls, I felt like it's only right to give y'all my 2 cents and let you know about it, okay? Now, obviously, when you find yourself locked up and you find yourself in confinement, in a jam somewhere, or just being tried by the guards in general, you got to have a right to appeal that, you understand? You got to have a right to have a voice, you know what I'm saying? And a grievance isn't snitching, okay? For anybody that's did time down here in the state of Florida, you know writing a grievance is just the inmate's voice, you understand? Now, it all depends on how you use that grievance, you understand? It all depends if you're using it to drop kites, you know, if you're writing people's, you know, names, saying that inmate such and such, such and such, such and such got, you know, dope in the dorm, cell phones, contraband, yada yada, and then you're dropping it in the box. You're basically using that grievance to write a kite. Okay, now that's different. You feel me? But as far as writing a grievance, that's just your voice. That's your appeal. You understand? And there's people inside of prison that are like jailhouse lawyers that are in confinement. I guarantee you almost every institution has one inside the box. It's an inmate that can't even get out of his own situations, but you can pay him to find a loophole in the DR that they wrote up on you and get you freed out of confinement. You understand? See, so I gotta respect that shit. I respect grievances, you understand? And the reason for that is because if they didn't have grievances inside of prison, a lot of y'all's loved ones wouldn't come home. You know what I'm saying? That is proof of what's going on inside of prison, you feel me? If somebody writes a grievance, that's a paper trail to show. And 9 times out of 10, when a grievance is wrote, it's against the guards, you feel me? Now, if you're being threatened and you're being, you know, bullied or beaten up or starved by officers, you know, then you'd have to write a grievance to get them off your back. Now, 1090 Jake, when he was in confinement, you know, he got fired up on by an inmate that popped him with a lock. He got put in confinement. And, you know, he felt like he was in the box for no reason because, you know, the dude crashed him in front of the guards, you know. So he wrote a grievance explaining how inmate such and such attacked me, blah, 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 which the guards already knew that, you understand? Because the inmate did it right in front of the officers, you feel me? And writing someone's name in a grievance isn't going to get more time, you know. You can't start the grievance process until after you're sentenced. You feel me? So if me and you get in a fight and we get put in a box and they give us 60 days, whether we were really fighting or not, we can't start the grievance until after we caught them 60 days. And then starting the grievance process, because everybody writes grievances to try to find a way out sooner than the 60 days they just got. It isn't like you admitting that you attacked me or you saying that I attacked you, that they're going to throw more time on either one of us in the box. We already got our sentence. Nobody's being charged. There isn't no hearings or anything when it comes to a grievance. It isn't like you can write a grievance and all of a sudden they're going to bring you in there like a DR court where you went when they sentenced you to your box time for the DR. It isn't like you write a grievance and they're going to bring you in there and have a hearing about it. No, it's just trying to get the eyes of a higher power, and it's trying to leave something on a paper trail. You feel me? So for 1090's situation, what he wrote what they already knew. He put the common knowledge. They already knew he was attacked by that inmate because it was in the DR. That he did it right in front of the guards. You get what I'm saying? So there's nothing really bad about that. You feel me? Now, another DR, situation that can make it to where it would have been telling inside of a grievance is if the person was invisible, which means they didn't know who attacked you, which means they don't know who did that. They didn't know who attacked who, and maybe that other individual was just held in confinement under investigation. Like they think he did it, but they can't prove it. Now you write a grievance saying you were attacked by such and such. Now they could prove it, you see? But if they already knew he did it, it's common knowledge, and you're talking about it after the fact. And then obviously to appeal something, even in court, to appeal something, you got to mention and address inside of your DR. Your grievance, you got to write and mention in your appeal what happened in order for you to start your appeal process, or what you're being accused of. You understand? So I respect the grievance thing. I got a bunch of homeboys that literally guards were putting hits on them and trying to harm them physically, and the grievance process got them shipped. These are the things you need to do. Another DR came out, 1090 was just recently, being talked about, to where he was he was in fear for his life. He was asking to be shipped. He was asking to be transferred. Now, I know a lot of people are going to look at it like, oh, that's a check-in stunt. Well, one thing about it is there's always going to be two sides of ways that this type of thing is looked at. At the end of the day, you're going to have people that look at it like it's a check-in stunt, and then you're going to have people that look at it like he was doing what he was supposed to do. But inside of that report, he was putting in there what the officers were doing to him and why they were doing it to him. You understand? The guards weren't feeding him. They were threatening him. They were threatening him even if he got back on the compound. They were going to send inmates to attack him. He didn't feel safe. His food was being played with. There's certain things to where these guards take advantage of their jobs that you're going to have to write a grievance, and it would blow your mind how many grievances are wrote a year compared to how many of them are actually, answered. You feel me? If you get set up with a knife, they put you in confinement for a knife that wasn't your knife. They sentenced you to 60 days. You have to write a grievance to try to be heard. You know how I know? Because I did it. I got set up for a knife in confinement. They found a knife inside of the open bay dorm. Sentenced me 60 days in the box. Boom. So, had to have the jailhouse lawyer write a grievance speaking on how that open bay has access to all these inmates. How can you charge me with that knife when there's hundreds of inmates that can go in and out of that bathroom? You see? Did I get it approved? Of course not. 9 times out of 10, they deny that shit. Or they'll make you ride out your box time and then, either approve it or deny it. You feel me? But the fact is when it comes to writing a grievance, respect that shit or check that shit, I respect that shit because it's the only way that you are going to be heard. And when you're going against these guards can get away with so much. You understand? And a lot of times when people try to put dirt on people's names and try to accuse people of snitching and doing different things like that, the reason people do that is because they want it to be true. You understand? They want that to be true. You feel me? Think about it. Look at the King Von situation. King Von's video surfaced the news where he was about to get put inside of a dorm and he lied about his sexuality just so he didn't get put in there because the ops were in there. Everybody knew he was lying just to not get put in there. You feel me? But, they didn't look down on him for that. They looked more down on about the sexuality situation, but they knew that that wasn't true. But they didn't really look down on the fact that he did that to not get placed in there. And King Von was a stone cold smacker. You feel me? There's certain ways you're not going to beat these guards. There's certain ways you got to make your way around the system. And sometimes when the guards that are in there taking care of you, supposed to watch you, supposed to feed you, supposed to protect you, make sure you're okay, are against you and going against the grain on all those type of things, you have to write a grievance for it to go out to the higher power. Because one thing about it, them guards can get in real trouble if they go against your grievance. If they throw your grievance away, or if they do not turn the grievance in, you see. So a grievance is kind of like a skirt, we got to follow the rules now. You see, that's how it goes. So when it comes to respecting that shit or checking that shit, when it comes to grievances, I respect it. All on how you use the grievance. You understand? And me, my opinion, I don't feel like 1090 Jake snitched on nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my opinion. Some people are going to agree, some people ain't going to agree. I feel like people want that to be true. They just be reaching. They want that to be true. You feel me? And when people want certain things like that to be true, you know, they'll dig and spread and start stuff like that. And trust me, one thing about it, two things for sure, Frog ain't moving the goalposts for nobody. So if I felt like that man snitched, I'd be on here saying, yeah, that boy told. You feel me? Respect it or not, you know, that's how I do it. You feel me? But at the end of the day, it's more on people are trying to spread not just what he wrote in the grievance, but the fact that he wrote a grievance. They're saying that is writing a statement. That is snitching. 9 times out of 10, the people who are saying that are on a totally different coast that probably don't know nothing about grievances. Or it's people who haven't been to prison themselves. But if you're somebody that's been locked up down here on this coast and you know they got grievances in there, you see that people write grievances over everything. They could take this shirt right here, right now. They could take this shirt right here and take that shit and alter it and throw it inside the property or just take it from me fully. How am I going to say anything about that shirt? I can't say it to the guards that took it. I'd have to write a grievance. Officer such and such handled something the wrong way. He came at me, and through this, he took my shirt. I feel like my shirt, if they're not feeding me right, you got to write a grievance. If you're in confinement and they're giving you cold trays, they're not supposed to feed you your trays cold. But if they're giving you cold trays while you're in the box, write a grievance. It's to the point to where the guards will disrespect you to your face and try you and purposely tell you, write a grievance, write a grievance. They tell you that because they know 9 times out of 10 that shit's going to get pushed to the side anyways. You understand? And people literally get tried and get put in confinement for things they didn't even do and can write a grievance and get denied. You understand? That's how it works. You know, it's not that big of a support system. There's no hearing held or anything. It's more of a paper trail. You know, 1090 Jake wrote all the officers' names in there, letting them know what guards were threatening them, what they were saying that we're going to do, set them up with knives, different things and stuff like that. That was a good paper trail. So if anything happened to him at that camp he was at, his family would know the truth. His family would know, well, damn, he wrote a grievance a couple months ago, mentioning that the guards was doing this. Now all of a sudden, he died that kind of way, like that. You see? So it's a good thing that grievances are there. If not, a lot of people, the guards would have been taken more advantage of and would have been getting away with a lot more things than they really are. So me, I respect that shit when it comes to writing grievances. Y'all already know the respect of the checkers. We keep this shit nothing but thorough, and I let y'all know what it is, okay? One thing I want to tell y'all before I wrap this video on up is I'm going to be doing more respect to the check it videos. I'm kind of falling back from the prison content due to the fact that I keep getting banned over the littlest things, you know, and they be bucking me on my revenue and different things. They kind of like shadow ban me and stuff. So I'm going to be strictly doing respect to their check its, and then y'all could tune in when I go live. I'm going to be gaming. I'm going to be doing the live gaming over here, and I'm going to be dropping the respect to the check it videos. But for this one here, 1090 Jake writing the grievance statement, respect to the check it, I say respect it. Y'all already know that's what the comment section's for. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in there, and boom, y'all catch me for the next one. Till next time, this the one and only. I am my team, Frog.
I'm a criminal. I'm a cool nigga, but I got a limit though.
I'm a cool nigga, but I got a limit though. Cause I'm a criminal. Yeah, I'm a criminal.